So far, 3 games deep into the Premier League. We've got our second leg of our playoff in today's episode. Deadline day, and maybe even a trip to Anfield. We are, as it stands, as you can see, somehow equal top of the Premier League. 3 wins from 3. You can see the Brentford result up there in the top right. You can see how we did in our first game against Sarajevo. Instead of Aruka, I think was the other team. I've already forgotten. So we've got the return fixture there. Or for them, we're going to be at home. Deadline day, and then we'll see if there's time. You might even squeeze in the Liverpool game. So I'll update you on any transfers we've made since the last episode, which I believe we haven't actually signed anyone else because we had Kilman in the game for City, and we haven't had any notable sales, if any at all, actually. So transfer-wise, we're exactly where we were. Results-wise, we've played Everton, the game after that shocking Man City game. Picked up another 3-1 win with goals from Watkins, Dean and Firmino. Played the first leg where Coutinho and Firmino got their goals in the 7th and 74th. And then we played Brentford, who were 2-0 up in the 21st minute. Ollie Watkins then decided that he wanted to win the game for us. Scored 4 goals unanswered. Christopher Raya pulled one back. And then Watkins is his replacement, Cameron Archer, scored our 5th. So pretty good. Could definitely do without conceding these goals, but not too bad at all. As I said, we've got Sarajevo to come into on this fixture. So we'll have a little look who we've got to play and kind of what we want to do with that. We do need to take into account we are playing Liverpool in 3 or 4 days. So we don't want to be kind of... We've got a lot of things to take into account, shall we just say? We'll leave it there. So, we've got Amabamidele, who hasn't played a game for us yet. Amabamidele. Maybe. Bobby, who can come in. Watkins, who's been doing a madness at the moment. He's got, as it stands, I need to sort these things out, 5 goals and an assist from 3 games, which is not too bad at all. It's suggesting to play Brereton Diaz. I am going to put Jaden out at right wing back because I'm still trying to train him to do that. He's pretty good. It's just that this rating's not there yet. Familiarity. We will give De Gea the game in Europe. I feel that's at least fair to give him our cup games. So he's our unofficial cup goalkeeper who thinks he's important, and we'll just kind of deal with it when it comes to it, but that's fine. Wanted player-wise, we have Konsa, wanted by Tottenham. Diego Carlos, wanted by Real Madrid. Not happy about that. Jaden Philogene is wanted by Sheffield Wednesday on loan, but we'll see to that. Just there. Dougie Luiz is also wanted by Wolves. Someone else is wanted by Wolves. There you go. Kamara is wanted by Wolves and Newcastle, and Cameron Archer is wanted by Blackburn and Norwich on loan. So they're things that we'll keep an eye on for deadline day. I don't know how much of that I'm going to show. I may very well kind of do it and then just update you on what happened, because it can get a little bit tiresome going through hour by hour. But we're going to submit this team, I think. I'm going to put Watkins... Do you know what? We'll leave it at that. We've got Maitland-Niles on the left, because we're giving Dean a little bit of a rest. He is fully fit, to be fair, so we could play a full squad. Centre-backs is my main thing. I've only basically got 3. Considering I've signed so many goddamn centre-backs, I only have 3 fit at the moment. So I'm kind of thinking start Umtiti and Amabamidele, and then we'll bring the other 2 guys in at half-time. Give them some fresh legs. I think that sounds like a better idea. So, we'll jump into the game now and see what we can get up to. Luiz with the corner on that left side. To Coutinho at the near post. Oh, that's definitely not the near post. Near side of the box. Oh my god, what happened then? Peñaranda knocked it. That's not that Peñaranda that played for Watford. I assume not. Watkins has not scored another goal. He's absolutely mugged me off there. Maitland-Niles picks up the ball on that left side from the centre-back. Umtiti in towards Tielemans. The only thing I didn't take notice of was how long it suggested for Umtiti to play. So I might just give him the first half and then bring Kilman in. This is what I was saying. Jaden down that right side. Beautiful. Knocks the ball past his man. Gets it into Watkins. He scores the goal. Happy days. Everyone's happy. Win, win, win. Beautiful stuff. What I'm hoping for in this Conference League is to perform better than Villa have done so far. So we've played Lechia Warsaw, lost. at their ground, which I'm not particularly keen about. And then we followed that up with a unconvincing win at home against Zrinjski Mostar, who were also at Bosnian, like the chaps who we're playing at the moment. So we'll see. I think we should have the kind of more familiar group stage to us in this season, being in the fact that you play 3 teams twice rather than 6 teams once each. But I assume we'll find out. I think it's next year when it all comes in. But talking about things coming, it's gone over. Never mind. I completely went blank there. A corner. Radovic puts it in towards that. Jesus, that's just wide. They had a corner just before that as well that was pretty similar, but I cut that one out. Corner for ourselves now. Umtiti's delivering it. Why is Umtiti putting the corner in? Can someone have a word, please? It's all right. It's up to Austin. We scored. We bloody scored. What a goal from Coutinho that was. This is what I'm saying. Coutinho and Tielemans, fantastic. In Football Manager, they'll be brilliant. In real life, they're just a little bit naff, which is a bit of a shame because they're very big names. I'm hoping that Tielemans has just decided to be a bit of a wally and then just kind of sort his life out. And he'll be good in a few weeks. In real life, that is. Fourth, we'll find out. There's a free kick for, I forgot the team, Sarajevo on that right side. Concerned at that near post. Oh God, Dave. Wasn't Dave. It was on the outside of the post, but De Gea was there. He was ready. He was ready and waiting for it. XG looks convincingly on our favour. 2 goals against the 1.94, so we're pretty much on target for what we should be doing. Fans are all happy. I did upset them during the game because we were currently winning, and I tried to encourage them. Oh, how dare I? Who do I think I am trying to encourage my players? But they were all livid. They were not happy about it one bit. Zanic has the ball for them. Back to Jelic. Balta? His shot goes just wide. I don't think that Chiarame actually got a touch on the ball. Oh my God, it is Adalberto Peñaranda. Why on earth are you playing for these? What happened to you, chap? So there was points when it was at Udinese, great team. Points when it was at Udinese, and then Watford, and it was like, this guy's going to be a world beater, especially on FM. And now he's playing for Sarajevo, which is a shame. No disrespect to Sarajevo, of course. Sorry for all the Bosnian fans out there. Balta puts it towards Zanic. He's got a man out there on the right who's wide open. Boganovic in towards Peñaranda, and then I believe again that's just wide. Have they had any shots on target this game? No, they haven't. Radanovic is on the ball again for them. Or was that Radovic? Radovic. I think Radanovic was the one out here. No, Boganovic. It's close. If you can't tell, I'm falling apart. I think I might have a cold. Pretty sure my partner's trying to kill me because she had this a few weeks ago. And now, all of a sudden, I'm dying, which is fun. I can't tell if the fact that them having now more shots than us is good or bad because we've put them down to the fact of not having any on target. Is that because they don't know how to hit the target? Or is it because that we're not giving them the opportunity to have the shots in dangerous positions? It's possibly that second one, but I have a feeling it's the first one. Definitely that header could have endangered the target. But they've had a shot on target. When did that happen? That must have happened off camera. We make these subs that I said I was going to make at half time for those 2 centre backs, and they're probably going to be injured now because I forgot about it. Kilman and Concert are going to come on. Scott Carson in for De Gea as well because, why not? Brereton Diaz. Right, what's Duran's situation? He's going to be back in full training in 4 days. I'm not going to give him some time. I definitely am going to during the course of the season. Love him. The guy he looks all sorts of fun. Tielemans can come off as well for John McGinn. We've got Ramsey as well, who's expected to be out for another 6 to 12 days. They've been named on the bench because I've got a disgraceful amount of injuries in this team at the moment. I'm sat on information for the deadline day that's coming up. I'm sat on about 60 million, and I don't really know what to do with it. Because we've got a decent team, so I can probably sign a few players who would improve a few positions. I can sign one guy who's just going to be like, I would say a world beater, but if he was a world beater, he wouldn't be joining Villa, would he, realistically? But I could sign one guy who's pretty decent, or I can just kind of sit on it till January and we can see what we need then. I think that's probably going to be my better option because I've got a lot of guys that are going to be coming back from injuries. Obviously, we're missing Mings and I forgot his name, Buendia. They're going to be out for pretty much the whole season. So we've got them two coming in next year. We've given them a penalty. That was good of us. Who did that? Carlos. Push Peñaranda. Go on, Carson. Do you know what? Wait there. We need to see this. We need to see this save in its entirety. It's vertical scrolling we want, isn't it? And then we go zoom full, height low, right. And we'll also need to pop the speed down. Obviously, we need to see this in all its splendor. Scott, look at him. He knows what's going on. And use all of his years of experience to jump out the way. Never mind. We've got a corner now. McGinn's going to put it in. I couldn't remember. Maitland-Niles. Why is he being sent off? What did he do? What did he do? Don't know what happened. I can explain to you, though, roughly why I like this formation. Because I wanted to make a formation which can function with 10 players. For this exact reason, in case we ever need to cover for a guy that's got sent off. And also, it gives our guy that would normally play in attacking mid just kind of free roam. So if we've got a formation that's functional and competent with only 10 players, as I say, that 11th guy could just be going around causing all sorts of nuisances. So I need to sync these back up now. So here we are. Transfer deadline day is in effect. Should we try and bring Jack in again? Of course we do. Like, this is going to become like a regular occurrence in these videos. Every time I try and offer it as well, another thing comes up. So I just have to offer more money. It started off with 60. It's now 95 million. So I don't think I could afford it even if I wanted to. But there's 85 million potentially gone. We apparently are interested in Grealish, obviously. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Hidemasa Marita. These two, because if Dougie, Booby, and all our other centre mids go, then I've already lined up their replacements. Or at least that's the plan. But we'll take part in deadline day. We'll have a little look around, because it seems to be exactly the same as deadline days of old. Sorry, I've got a problem that it always seems to reorder these, and it gets right on my wick. It's exactly the same as deadline days of old. As I say, we've got 50 million to sit on, another 500 grand of wages, so we've got a fair whack of money to spend. But I've got to be honest, I don't really know who it is I want to be signing. A bunch of our guys have got loan interest. Finazaz, to be honest, I think I might just kind of let go, because I don't kind of see the point in keeping him. He's not going to get anywhere near the first team with his potential, which is behind my head, sorry, with his potential, and he's just kind of here. His wages aren't that big, but I thought we might as well get some money for him while we can. John Duran's got interest on loan as well, but I'm not interested in loaning him. Likewise with Philogene, I might loan Sinasalo out, who also, I believe, was behind my head, but perfectly fine, don't worry about it. But we'll offer this chap out on loan, because now we've got 3 world-class goalkeepers at the club who can do us a madness. So, look at that. Sad. I'll hop forward, see if there's any interest in that happens before the end of deadline day. We do have the draw to make. The music caught me off guard. What pot are we in? Pot 2. So I'm going to fly through all the pot 1s. If I advance, does that advance? Yeah, okay. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so is there any of these which we can't be drawn in? I think we're the only English team. No. So we'll fly through these. So we're with Fenerbahce, which I'm not particularly keen about, to be quite honest. But of these pot 3 teams, who can we get? I'm kind of hoping for Shamrock Rovers. We'll have a little butchers. Rijeka. These actually knocked out Lille in the previous round. They were the kind of featured team for the surprise knockout. I'll take Farol Constanta because, I mean, why not? Or Kucherici, why not? So we've actually got a pretty decent of the more obscure teams. Fenerbahce, we should be able to get out of that pretty easily. But it's not going to be a walk in the park, should we say. So far, we haven't made any sales or any major signings or any signings full stop. We got taken off because it said the favourites for the title are Fenerbahce and they're in our group, which I'm not particularly keen on. But if we both get out, we don't need to play them again until the final, I believe, should that happen. And then someone else could knock them out if that's the case, so it's fine. We have made, transfer-wise, an offer for Livramento. So we've done 20 million. And then they said that they wanted to sign a right back. So I offered them Maitland-Niles on loan. And they accepted it. So I'm just waiting for some feedback on that. I'm not even sure if it's going to go through. And if it does, I don't know. I don't know about kind of doing it, to be quite honest. But we'll find out. We've got Big Tim. He's going to be with us for the next season. So I'm not loaning him out. My computer does struggle a tad when it comes to deadline day and recording. So I'm going to see what these thingies are. Do you know what? That is wonderful stuff. The intermediary came in and said, I can find you an offer for Finazaz. So I did it. And he's taken some money. But fair play, lad. You've delivered. Well, let's take that moolah. Well, there we go. Decision was taken out of our hands. Livramento decided to join Tottenham instead of ourselves. So my conundrum has been answered. There's only 2 hours left of the window. So I'll have a little butchers to see if there's any guys who are up for sale. I was looking at the free transfers. Ignore me. Ignore that. I was curious as to who was there to start with. I do need to put limitations on people who will actually join us, because I don't think Mbappe is going to come. Is there anyone here that we see and we think, oh, I'll have a bit of that? There's Wanya Markal Madavula, who I think has joined Watford in real life. Might be completely wrong. Tavernier, which I'm not that bothered about, to be honest. I don't think there is anyone. I think I'm going to keep hold of that money, which is probably making a few people feel quite sick. But I'm sure you'll get over it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We've got 50 million in the bank for January. There we have it. Our transfer window is closed. I'll click on this button and see what that does. Okay, it takes us to ours. So it was a summary. We lost Finazaz, Olsen, Moraes, Nakamba, Dendonka and Bailey for funds. 2.2 million as Azaz went to Preston for in the end. Pretty decent. And we picked up Firmino, Maitland-Niles, Udogie, Brereton Diaz, Umtiti, De Gea, Carson, Omar Bamadele, and Max Kilman, which I didn't think too bad of a window. Bearing in mind, as I say, we've got a bunch of guys who were injured, who are going to be joining back. We've got Bertrand Traore, who'll be back tomorrow. Likewise with Umtiti and Duran, apparently. I assume that's back into full training. Few days after them, we've got Ramsey, and Moreno before the end of the month. At the start of the following month, we've got Keenan Davies, and then pretty much the end of the year, we've got Buendia and Mings that are going to be coming back. So, it's not ideal, but we've got a bunch of kind of influential players that are going to be coming back sharpish. We will take the leave from that. I'm not going to play the Liverpool game now because the recording is already 32 minutes long. I don't know how long the video is going to be cut down to. I expect considerably shorter than that, but I don't want to have these videos too long for you all because I want to see you guys come in and watching it rather than seeing that a video is 14 hours long and just be like, nah. No thanks. So, if you are interested in carrying on watching some other stuff, also my throat's bad today. If you do me a favour of clicking on screen, there'll be some items there so you can carry on watching. And thank you very much for your time.